So. Aber bin ich auch schon wieder. Wir machen weiter. Oh, das war eigentlich von Leben. Gehen wir doch mal hier.
Marvelous. I feel strong. Does it seem that I've grown stronger?
Right. I could get used to this. Lord Louis, do not interfere. Oh. You falter even now. Not enough, I'm afraid. Lord Louis! A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You were the intruders looking for the formula, I take it. And yet, you have achieved nothing. What do you mean?
Okay, ich hätte nicht erwartet, dass es so endet.
Did we do it?
Lord Louis?
At long last, we have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Louis Guillaume, is dead.
Er meinte, wir haben, es war alles für nichts. Also, ich frage mich, was er damit meinte.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance.
Yes, it went down with him. This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Luis's body run through with a lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No, too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew with Luis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right. The audience has no idea what's going on. We'll just look like the bad guys.
It's okay. We set out to kill Luis, and the deed is done. Our only failure is in the spectacle we made of it. For now, we need to think of a way to get the audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
Das ist eine sehr gute Frage.
I don't know.
Viele Morde standen hinter Luis.
But we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves fast, we'll never get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
Aber er hatte recht. Also, wir können es noch auf uns nehmen. Wir versuchen das Beste draus zu machen.
I know that face. Was that Louise? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Oh, ich weiß, wer das ist.
Louise, no. He's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found off stage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
Das ist der Nekromant. Ja, Miguel, das ist der Nekromant. Na, hol ihn wieder zurück.
The lance. Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead.
You're absolutely certain?
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Louise dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the king's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
Yes. It is as you say.
God above! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to His late Highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I'd not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Ich glaube, das ist nämlich das Ende.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
Fidelio und Visilio gehen weg.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis, as well as these brave misfits.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I am sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes, as you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Mal sehen, wie das noch enden wird.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
Right.
So, Ich will nur mal ganz kurz noch was checken. Ganz schnell. Bis gleich. Mann, Tricky Kabel. Ich hasse es. So ein dreckiges Mistkabel, Alter. So, hab kurz was gecheckt. Das ist kaputt.
So you lot were working against us from the start, and you right along with them, Lady Juna?
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
Sei für die Wahrheit.
Right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne, to break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he?
He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis. Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately.
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet of Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside! And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
In your own words, I guess.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna? I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sudden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Ach, er ist derjenige, der es zerstört hat.
Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that don't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? I'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life.
Verständlich.
Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it. Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse!
Oder auch nicht.
What's going on? The
Oh,
cursed
yeah, she's
thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something. No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
I mean, so stark war es am Ende nicht.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
Also die Formel sagen am Ende relativ tatsächlich, sie sei nur ein Entwurf, der aus dem Gedächtnis niedergeschrieben wurde. Das kann bedeuten, dass es gar keine Formel war, sondern nur seine Notizen. Er hat eine Möglichkeit gesucht, seine Unschuld zu beweisen.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have?
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone.
Aber Forden kann das sehen.
I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Could Forden be the one behind all of this?
Ich habe das Spiel gesehen, dass eine Antwortmöglichkeit kommt, aber gut.
I have no evidence to say otherwise.
You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire Dashit Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities. Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction.
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Ah, yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the king's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance he presented, I take it that's why you went to Verger Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan. But at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. You hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Forden? On
Yeah.
Saints' Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some... Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it so... It's just not an easy thing to ask about.
Ich weiß gerade, man erkennt ja auch, dass überall immer noch diese Datenpartikel herumschwören.
I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Was ist mit Joella los?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister.
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe.
Besser ist.
It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
Okay, nimm es Ryder ein bisschen sass. Wahrscheinlich kann Ryder nicht viel entlocken. Was er nicht redet, haben wir keine andere Wahl und bis morgen die Wahrheit aus Forden ausprügeln. Mir geht sich viel durch den Kopf, aber das müssen wir, oder? Wir sollen uns zum Morgen ausruhen. Aber ist es möglich, dass Forden seine Hoheit umgebracht hat? Wenn der Griff von ihm ausging, müssen wir Antworten aus ihm herausquetschen, egal wie. Der Ausschuldige hinter dem Fluch muss gefasst werden, und das schnell. Das Leben seiner Hoheit steht auf dem Spiel.
That's Luis.
Das war keineswegs ein unschuldiger Mann, aber wir haben trotzdem jemanden getötet, den wir nicht hätten umbringen sollen. Ich fühle mich nicht unbedingt schuldig, aber ich habe ein ungutes Gefühl. Ich hoffe, das bilde ich mir nur ein. Von dieser Hund. Ich habe mir schon gedacht, dass die Kirche zu unsauberen Methoden greift, aber soll was? Wenn der Wahrheit in dem Angriff steckt, dann müssen wir den Speer zurückholen und zwar schnell. Jetzt haben wir unseren größten Gegner bezwungen, aber danach können wir noch nicht feiern. Es war naiv anzunehmen, dass der Sieg gegen Luis unsere Probleme lösen würde. Das stimmt. Ja, Luis bezwungen, aber der Fluch des Prinzen besteht nach wie vor. Wir haben so viel auf uns genommen. Ich bin zwiegespalten. Und schon mal noch, Retter verheimlicht uns aufgebaut, was? Sie war nie eine gute Lügnerin. Ja. Das war auch irgendwie sass. Gut.
What now?
Wir werden aber mit dem Rest beim nächsten Mal weitermachen. Ich glaube, ich habe gerade da viele Unterbrechungen. Deswegen ein guter Zeitpunkt für heute hier Schluss zu machen. Ja, mal sehen, was Forden nun vorhat mit Dragoniers und anderen. Dementsprechend, ich bin gespannt aufs nächste Mal. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Ganz viel Supporter. Und so bis zum nächsten Mal. Bis dann, ciao. Bye bye.